So it's us plus Lisa on the replay. Hi, Lisa. So you both were standing for a moment just like this, and when you tell me you're fine and then your hands are on your low back, it makes me suspicious. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well then. Tying your bow. A little stiff. Okay. All right. So let's start with rounding our shoulders. We're going to inhale, bring them up. Exhale, let them come down. And we're just, as they come down, we're not pulling them back hard. We're lifting them and then widening them, letting this structure get sideways rather than really super activating the mid-back. And you can if you feel like, you need that much stretch this morning. But I'd like you, as you roll, to start feeling yourself settle wide. That makes sense? Yeah. And I want you to do maybe 2 or 3 more that direction, and then you'll reverse the direction. Yeah. Good. And as you lift it up your back, let it widen out a little bit. Yeah. Stretch down below the shoulder blades a smidge. Good. Yeah. And then we're very simply going to take the thumbs, rotate them down so the pinkies are up and the palms are looking outward, and then come into a little bow. Feel how that stretches open the back of your shoulder blades and your spine. Good. And then flip your hands over as you come up, just a little bit, lifting up into that little opening and then lifting up into your extension. And then we'll flip the hands over again, so thumbs are down. Rounding into your bow, pulling those abs back, 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 back. That's it, good. And then up, flipping over, thumbs way out. Good, and let's do one more time. Should feel good to your back. Get it to wake up a little. I see that. This side, this side. Good. All right, and then come back to center. And then we're gonna grab onto your rope. So I've got it with my right hand. And we're gonna do a high row. So you're pulling it right to your armpit. And then I want you to paint a circle with your elbow, pulling all the way back, a little rotation through the spine, and come back in. Yep, and then same thing with the other side. High row to your armpit, and then paint a circle. Lift the elbow, circle back and down. So now we're getting a little bit more motion through the spine, a little more motion through the scapula. Good. And we're going to take it just that thoughtfully. Pulling back, lift, and circle. And the lift, yep, so elbow comes up and lifts. So what we're trying to do is create space here and behind the shoulder blade, letting the lat unstick from the ribs, so to speak. Then let it pull you around, let it pull you around. That's it. Good. Good. And then we're going to take both hands forward again. And then this time we're going to round all the way down. Let your arms hang forward as you do. So inhale, exhale. Each vertebrae pulls up and back away from your hands, coming to just where it's comfortable, where your pelvis will start to lift. And then inhale, exhale, right back up. Good. Flip your hands over into snow angels. Let those arms come wide, up high, as far as feels good. Good. See if you can now feel that same place you just opened with your high pull and twist. Sorry, your high row and twist. See if you can get that to lift up and out. Good. And then flip those hands down. We're going to round down again. Happy dog tails. Maybe you're getting a little farther this time. Good. And then inhale, exhale all the way back up, flipping those hands. That's it, all the way up, drive through your feet. Good. And then pull, good. Get that space. That's it. And then we're gonna take our hands together, make magic triangle hands, right? Make little magic triangle hands. And then just side bend, pulling so if I'm going to my right, I'm pulling my left elbow open and back. That's it, good. And then back up to center and to your right. And pull your right elbow open and back. Good. And then back to center. Let those arms come down. We come rolling down again. Arms reaching forward. Big happy dog tails. And we're going to do that. Come back up to that stand and do that side stretch one more time. So all the way up. What I like about stretching with the PilatesStick strap or the Cadillac straps or any kind of resistance is that you're setting your spine at the same time. You're pulling yourself into openness and using the muscles to hold that open. That's it, good. And then up and to the side. Good, good. And then let those arms come all the way down. Ah, happy arms. Okay, so let's sit in a little squat. We'll let the arms start long this morning. Just reaching out in front of you, good. Press to your side as you come up to stand. Press through those heels. Pull them underneath you. Good. And then have a seat. Good. And pull underneath you. So we talked Monday, right? A lot about centering and stacking our ribs back over our hips. So here, if I only push my toes down, it's going to force my back forward, right? I need the heels to help my abs and glutes. Let me be my column as I come up. So as you come up, that's centering, right? Making your ribs stay over your hips. For many of us is the hardest part. Yeah, that's it, Michelle. Good. That's it, good. Let's do two more. Okay, was that two? No, I have to do one more. Don't have my counter. Good. All right, very nice. And then we're going to reach on again. So grab on up to your rope, and then we're going to step open into our open skater. So stepping back, pull across, sit. That's it, good. And today we're just gonna go one side so we can really see how much we need to work on keeping open through that standing leg, right? Because mine will start to whoop, float inward. My goal is to be able to keep that thigh open and really make the front of the hip open up, right? Yeah, the one that's the long one, the long one. That's it. Good, and let's do just two more and then we'll switch sides. And remember, the opening comes from the thigh bone, not just the ankle, because my ankle can go backwards without my thigh moving, and you can imagine what that's doing to my knee. So just be mindful. Let's go the other way. Start planted and nice and tall, and then, and you might have one thigh bone that's easier to manage. Oop, here comes the sun. You guys keep moving. I'm just gonna adjust that so the sun doesn't make the lighting weird for you. Nice, good. And that should feel just about even there. Do you notice the difference between your sides? Yeah. And I'm curious, it's if you have one side that's harder to manage the thigh, when you go the other way, can you feel yourself using that same thigh to help? Can you teach the thigh from one side to the other, the glute and the thigh? Does that make sense? So out here, this one's harder. If I really kick in my left hip and push it toward that leg, then I can feel my whole backside turn on. If I don't, if I let the hip swing back out away from the mount, now I'm just working the thigh all by itself and it's not in my system. It's not with the rest of my body. So if I make sure that I'm in that straight line, I'm going to move so you can see that I'm in a straight line. Does that make sense? Yeah, hopefully it will help you turn on the rest of the story. Who was that guy who used to say that? And that is the rest of the story. All right, let's turn around. We're just gonna get our upper body a little bit warmer from the front side. Hold our ground and we're gonna press away. And then pull it back in. That's it, good. So again, heels pulling under you should cause the ball of the foot to try to also pull back towards you, right? Creating that nice strong arch. Good. And one more. Good. All right. Then we're going to sit in a squat, pressing forward. So pull your abs back. Feel the low abs across the front of your low hips, right? They attach inside here, pubic bone here, right? You're all across there. So make that seatbelt happen as you push back. And you might have to back up. If you find yourself leaning into your toes here to make that happen, I want you to back up a little bit so that you can feel yourself pulling away from the force. That's it. Good. And then what ends up happening, it's almost like you're doing knees off into space on a reformer. That's it. Ribs in a little bit, Giselle. Can you tuck your rib in? I love your tail. Don't tuck your tail. Your tail was so good. Yeah, just bring your ribs and slide them up from away from the ground and into your body. Or up against your spine. Can you... there you go. There. Yeah. Well, no, then untake your tail. You had the best tail. Lisa, I'm sure you had the best tail too. The same thing. Check your ribs. Okay, better. Good. Yep. And one more. So I like that you're holding that, Diana. Then can you try going in and out of it again? Ah, no, that was good. I just want to see if you can also go in and out of it. It was good. It was good. Mm-hmm. So as you press out, you feel that? No, because especially if you're pulling your heel down, even though your foot is attached to the ground, you're then creating dorsiflexion, which means you're going to be using your anterior tib. And that would be a normal sensation. However, add in the ball of your foot. Imagine that pulling back to the heel while the heel is pulling down, and see if that helps minimize it a little bit. You're still in dorsiflexion, so that muscle will still turn on. But if it's uncomfortable, sometimes just adding in that forefoot will help. That's a great question. Lisa, I'm going to say it to you just for the sake of the replay. When she pushes forward, she feels anterior tib, not unusual if she's really reaching down, but make sure the toe is also pulling under, just so it's not sad all by itself. Yeah? Okay, good. Good, Diana, thank you. Yeah. Yeah. There's so many parts. Yes. So Lisa, Diana's talking about how there's so many parts that she has to mind just to do this motion. And she's right. Keeping everything open, keeping everything stacked, holding yourself in the middle. Totally right. For me, I feel like 90% of it happens from my feet. That gets my hips and glutes on right. And then I just have to check where I am up here. But maybe you need a different cue. Maybe you get your feet and the hard part for you is another part of that. What do you can think about that? Tell me later. All right, let's turn back around. We're gonna face our mount and we're gonna step out to second position. So in plie, so opening up, take those hands wide, slice. See how low we can go. Come back to center and we'll alternate sides. Open up and slice. So again, this motion tends sumo squats, plie squats tend to make us want to arch our back a lot. You picture a sumo guy and he's got a really big arch in his back, right? So we're gonna see if we can keep our ribs in because this motion also makes us want to arch, right? We're gonna keep those ribs in so that we then can really work on where that power comes from in that mid back. And you can play with it. Get down there, get your ribs in, and then add your arms, right? Let me give them a couple of presses. That's it. Good. Good, all right, because then we're gonna pick a side. I'm gonna go to my left. Hold it, and now we're low. Now we're gonna make back, up and back, just to neutral, and then release. So back, up and back, just to neutral, and then release. Good, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Back, up and back, where are your ribs? That's it, good. Just to neutral, and then release. So you should be under tension until you release. Last one. Back, up and back, just to neutral, keep your tension. Good, and then release. Nice, all right. Good, come back to home. Yeah, okay. We're gonna pick up a hand weight. Yes, something for your legs, something for your legs. Put this on here. Heavy hand weight for your legs, yep. Okay, so now our shoulders know how to be nice and square, right? Our centers know where to be over our hips. And then so I have 2 straps in my hand. 2 straps is optional. You can do 1 strap also, and you're always welcome to change your mind as we go, right? You never have to stay stuck with your first choice. I'm gonna remind you about your weight, getting that nice strong grip all the way around. Yep. And then when you're ready, all we're gonna do is row in with your hand, press down as you stand, and then release. Yeah? So row in as you sit, press down as you stand, and then release. So palm looks inward as you sit, rotates palm down as you stand. That's it. Good. Totally unconcerned that there's a, yes. Good. Good. All right. And then remember our open skater. We're going to step open, sit back in your skater, push your booty toward your mount. Good. Come in just to center. Just like that. Now you're back in skater. Good. Pull your weight down. Sorry, pull your strap in as you come in. So it should be lots of lats. Booty in, booty in. It's going to want to push out. And I'm talking about the side of you that's farthest away from the mount. Right? So I'm going to move more so you can see what I'm doing. So as we come out here, a lot of us will swing that butt out to the side. Especially we leverage the weight we have. And we need to tuck it in more so the weight, the work comes back in here and back in that hip. That's it. Oops, sorry. I've lost myself. There you go. Good. And last one. Nice. Good. All right. And then we're going to put that weight down. Give your hand a moment to rest. Yeah. Give it some love. Undo it. Happy fingers. All right, and then when you're ready, we'll switch hands. Again, good strong grip. Okay, so sitting in your squat, pulling your, I know, yeah, that, so elbow pulls in, we press down, and then release. So palm in as you sit, palm down as you stand. Go ahead. I apologize for that piece of light that's, I don't know what to do about that. It's okay? It's not making things weird? Okay, good. Good. Can I see two more? Again, think about your feet here. It's easy to just let the quads take us up and down. I'd rather you make it more active through the whole leg. Good. All right, then all we have to do is step open, and then we're in our skater. Scoop your booty back in. That's it. And then pull to your side as you come up. So this lat, serratus, are helping us get home. Let's see that I keep stepping right out of your screen. That's better, maybe. Good. Scoop. At the, yes, at the, I love that. At the very bottom, getting your butt back in. Right? Getting your butt back in looks like this. Here's my butt out. Here's my butt in. Right? Tucking that outside in. Good. And this should feel about even now, like you've done even amounts. Yes? Okay, good. All right. So you can let that weight go down. Give your hand a little break. push the fingers open. Good. All right, and then when you're ready, we're gonna turn ourselves sideways to the mount. And then Lisa, if you want something for under your knees, please feel free to get it because we'll be coming down. We're gonna hold open in our nice 90 degrees, so not fists at belly. Elbows are tucked in, nice and strong. And then we're just going to do a back lunge, starting with your outside foot. Push both arms forward, pull both arms in, come back up. Good. Then you can release toward your mount, pull back in, step back again. Push forward, pull in, step home, release. Abs and shoulders on as you come back to home, right? So that's not a throwaway move, our release, because we should feel ourselves have to set up as everything wraps its way back in to come back to start here. That's it, good. All right, and then on the next one, we'll stay in that lunge because we're gonna let ourselves come all the way down to the floor. Wow. Good, okay. So coming down to the floor, we'll be in high kneel. And wrap your glutes together. Good, and then I'm gonna put one strap down, just using one strap. We're gonna we're gonna stay in high kneel, and we're just gonna push across us and bring it back in. So you're just shoving something right across the front of you. That's it. And I'm gonna show you me not doing it so great. Can you see how I'm leaning away from my hand as it goes? I'm counterbalancing that hand. So that means I'm actually using less arm, less chest, less core. So I want to glutes on, abs on. Now I feel those things. I hope you do too. Yeah, shoulder. And some of us will feel like we're not rotating as far, right? We want the torso to rotate, but we're keeping the hips still. That's it. And one more. Yes. Nice. Good. All right. Now we're going to sit in a little mermaid. So I'm going to take my leg that's farthest away from the mat. Can you even see my legs against this mat? Okay. And then have a seat. So now I'm sitting in a mermaid sit with my leg farthest away from the mat in front. Good. Okay. Then we're going to side bend over. Your elbow will come to the ground. Push that over your head. Good. Come all the way back up. Reach out. Now slice and rotate behind you. Abs on here, spines lifted. All the way over to your forearm. Reach overhead. Good. Up. Lift your spine, rotate, slice back. Pull that shoulder with you. That's it. Good. Right, or that's a great question. So just for the sake of the replay, when we lean over, Deshelle's point was, we're not going so far that our whole hip comes. We're trying to keep that hip down. So you can see that line there, trying to stay in place. That's a great, great question. Good. Let me do one more. Keep it long, right? Lat length. What'd you say? And breathe, and breathe. Breathing is good. We like breathing. Then we're gonna take our palm that's farthest away from the mount, set it down just slightly behind us. We're going to use the strap just for a little leverage as we come up. I'm pulling it toward me and letting the hips reach up and then sit back down. Yeah. So first just feeling that palm is facing my face. Elbows out in front of my body, out right in front of the shoulder. There you go. Good. Because then we're going to wash the face. So watch the faces, that motion where the hand goes right over your forehead, right over your skull. So I'm going to take my hand over my forehead, over my skull, and reach back. The glute that's farthest away from the mount, keep pushing it up, up, up. Good. Sit back down. Good. Inhale and exhale. Push that glute up, almost as if you wanted it to lift you off of that back hand. Good. Yes, hi, precious. Not if you can straighten it. Nah, so on this one, you get to go all the way over if you can. Hi, baby. Oh, my baby. He's beautiful. He's beautiful. I know, hang on. I've got my hands busy. Good. And one more. That's it. Reaching. Very nice. Good job, you guys. That was great. Okay, so now, hands out to the side. Good. We're going to come up into a kneel from our mermaid. So scoop your belly up. Lift up your hips. Good. Beautiful. Sit back down. Good. Yes. Good. Press and lift. Good. And down. Hopefully we're feeling both sides of our hips help out here. Push your hips forward when you get up. So don't stay sitting in this little hinge. Get them to come. Yes, good. That's it. And let's do one more. Hoop. There we go, good. Okay, and then from here, you can come around to the other side. So other side, high kneel, right? Ribs stacked, throat's long. Take your hand across and push. Oh, hang on. Wait a second. We need to come back up to a stand. How did I forget that? La la la. All right. So take your feet forward. Let yourself come back up to your stand because we've got to come back into our lunge and double door. Yeah, lunge and double door. So I have my elbows at 90 degrees. Fists are forward, they're not over my belly. And we'll back lunge with the outside foot. And then press both arms forward away from you. Good. Back in. And then they can come to home release. Re-engage as you set back to start. Step. Good. Forward. In. Good. And then rotate into the slack. Back into the tension. Good. And then Lisa, I'm just going to ask if it's okay with your ankle. I forgot on the other side. And then I can't remember which side you would start with. But just if that feels okay to your ankle to step back. And if it does, then make sure that you can actually bend the back knee, right? Sometimes we start warding and we forget to actually keep on moving if things feel better. Good. All right, ready to come on down to the ground? So we step back. Good. Lower all the way. And then we're in our high kneel, and I'm just going to scoot so I'm on my mat because it's a little bit softer. All right. And then letting go. Now we can start. Letting go of the one strap. Putting it in that hand closest to the mount. There we go. Ribs in, and we push across. And come back. Right across your chest. That's it. And yes, there you go. Adding in that rotation. I'm going to challenge you on your next rotation to keep your chin in line with your sternum and make your sternum rotate and follow that hand. Yes. Both of you, nice. Good. Yes, Lisa, too. Think about that idea. Chin and sternum. We want to get your thoracic spine to move. That's it. Let's do 3 more. Keep the glutes on. Yep, let your torso go. I'm turning my head so I can still see you in my screen. So if it looks funny from the back, that's why. Everybody, can you pause at your longest rotation, wherever your arm is reaching the most across from you? So I'm twisted as much as I can. Then everybody hug in your glute that's closest to the mount, not under you, but in, straight in, like you could make a straight line from where the leg attaches into your middle. That's better. That's better. Good. Can we do one more like that? Yes, yes, nice job. That looks better. At least I'm going to assume that was better too. So let's take your leg that's farthest from the mount, bring that foot forward. Woo, come on, leg. And then we're going to have a seat. We're going to try to have a seat. Ugh. Oh, tight, tight, tight. All right, so we go over right next to our head, reaching over onto our forearm. I'm not resting here. It's light. I'm trying to use my obliques to hold me, because remember, the other thing we're trying to do is keep this hip that's closest to the mount down. So as I go away, really trying to find that lat length, hold it up with these obliques. Good. Good. Nice, and one more. You guys look good. Nice and clean. Yeah, look at how much lift you have there, Diana. That's nice. Okay, so then let the arm rest for a second. You're going to put your hand that's farthest away from the mount on the floor behind you. Don't use your other hand yet. We're just going to get that leverage, see what the hips feel like. Pushing that bottom hip up and then back down, and you'll do that one more time. Yeah, wow, Michelle, good. Yeah, okay, so Diana feels ready. She's already got her arm going. You can too, if you feel like you're ready. So that bottom hip is pushing. That top hand reaches up over your face and behind you, and then back down. The farther that hand reaches, the more I want you to push up with the glute that's farthest away from the mount. So the hand is close to the mount that's moving, but it's that other glute that we really want to turn on. Yeah? And then you should feel a stretch in your psoas or belly. That would be great. Yeah, nice. Let's do one more. Good, really good. Okay, staying on the floor, we're gonna take that strap, put it over our left foot, and then swing our feet to the side. And that should feel like tension, like you should feel a little bit of, if I let go, whew, it should feel like it would pull you back. We're gonna be on our forearms, legs extended. Now you can't see my bottom foot, but I'm pushing the blade edge of that foot into the ground so much that that heel on the bottom foot is raised slightly. That means my bottom hip is on as well. Obliques are lifted. If you'd like, you can go classic here and put your hand right behind your head. We're gonna lift the leg up and down. So if we missed any part of the hip, I'm trying to find it now. Just see what's in there. Yes, good. So the leg is going up and down. We're trying to keep it slightly behind the front leg. No fear bringing the front leg more forward. See if it can be, yeah. Oh, I'm sideways to the mount. I'm facing the mount. Yeah, so my torso is, there you go. Good, all right. So pressing down through that arm, right? We're not gonna let it, it's gonna help us keep the oblique and the serratus up. That's it, good. One more lift. Good, okay. Hold that lift for me. I'm gonna show you me not doing it so well. Do you see this little shift I just made? Right, so keep that little zip. It's okay if you're not getting your leg as high as you think you should be, right? Because I like, oh, I wanna get mine up here. But if I do it well, this is only as high as I go. That's good, because now we're gonna pulse, pulse, and then bring it forward at that height. So I have to keep a hand on my hip to remind me to turn on these abs right here and to keep the hip steady. I want to notice if my hand is getting taken for a ride like this. I don't want it to. I want it to stay steady. That's it. If you can have your fingertips a little bit forward so you feel inside your hip bone so that you can feel your abs turning on, right? We want to have these guys pulling in as that leg goes back. Good. Last two. And last one. Very nice, good, all right. Let yourself carefully come up. Grab that strap before it flings off your foot. Good, and that's it. We gotta do the other side. That's not, in reality, that's not a leg exercise. So Diana is very astute. She's saying that is not just a leg exercise, that is a whole body exercise, and she is totally right. You're basically doing a side plank with a moving leg. The only thing that's different is that you have a hip on the ground, but we're adding this pressure of the bottom foot, and that's the same that you would be doing in a side plank. So yes, you're right. You're right. Sneaky Pilates. And then here's the other fun thing about this exercise is that we think we're working our hip, which we are. We're also using our posterior adductors, the back inner thigh. So it's crazy and awesome. All right, so pressing down that bottom foot, we just start going up and down with that top leg. And we're watching our waist on the floor. Don't let it sink and rise, because that also means our shoulder is probably sinking and rising as well. So I do like having my elbow up because it reminds me to lift up to the elbow, right? Keep the waistline lifted up to that elbow. If you are slight of build or such that your little bones just poke into the ground, pushing down on the foot more generally helps pull that leg bone at the other end up into the socket more. And that should take a little pressure off. It might not take all of it off, but it should give you a little relief. And I know you guys are so slender, all three of you. That's it. Good. That's it. Keep resting and keep control of that hip. Shh. Don't let your waistline get short. Lengthen. Good. Lengthen. Shh. And one more. Okay, because now we're going to pulse to the back. Bring it just in line. And just in line. That's it. Good. So remember, this is where I like that practice hand. I'm not using it because I have to twist around to see you, but usually I like a hand on the hip with the fingers in my belly so that I can A, watch the wobble, and B, feel my abs draw up and in. That's it. Good. Good. Last two. Good. Come on, keep pressing down that bottom leg. Just from the foot, just from the foot. So you notice, you know how when we're face down and I say, lift your kneecaps, right? And then the toes stay on the ground. It's the same thing here. If you're pushing your foot down, you should feel your knee pressure off of the ground a little bit when you're on your side. Okay, good. So we can take that strap off our feet. And then we're gonna grab the other strap and flip ourselves onto our backs with our head toward the mat. We're holding the straps in our hands. Actually, yes, this direction. Sorry, I had to think about your muscles for a minute. All right, so from here, just reach your arms up to the sky, let them come back into the back of their shoulder blades. And so I don't want to cue you back to the mat, the ground. That's different, right? That creates this big arch in your back. Instead, I want you to just feel the arm bones settle into the scapula. And then reach up, arm bone into your scapula. That's it, good. And one more. So I've got a little tension on my strap. I've choked up on it. Deshelle, flip yourself around so your head is toward your mount. There you go. I'm like, why does that look different? All right, so settling into those shoulders now. Now you're gonna press your hips up, driving into your heels while you press your hands down. Good. Keep your hands while you roll down through your spine. And then release your arms. So inhale and exhale. Press the hands, lift the hips, drive into your heels. And I've actually got the balls of my feet off the ground to try to get more ham and glute to turn on. And hold the arms while you roll down. Yeah, that's it. This is practicing for your surfboard. Getting those big, strong strokes. Or your paddle board. Do you surf, Diana? Do you like surfing? Oh. I have... Yeah. You have so much fun options to choose from. No. Oh yeah, they do that there in the ocean? Yeah, they have those down by Sail Sand Point. So everyone hold your next one up. She's talking about all the different water sports in Hawaii. We have them too, they're just colder. We're gonna bend our elbow and press down. So now keeping your elbows right at your side, push. So each press, I want you to check the top of that arm bone. Plug it into your scaps. You should hopefully feel that if you're driving into your heels, you get that nice little hollow sensation in your middle. Good. Last two. And last one. Good. Round down through your spine. Let your arms come overhead and then pull toward the ground. behind you. Just pull, pull, pull. It's a high pull laying down. Good. And then release, come up into bow, pressing forward gently. Not a big press, just a little press, just to stretch your back. Come all the way back down, high pull to the ground. Got a weight in my way. Good. And then arms up, float up into your bow. Good. And we'll just do 2 more like that. Pull, pull, pull. And last one. Oh, yeah. Is that the outrigger? Oh, fun. Just good. All right. Feel good? Then we have to let our legs extend all the way out. Good. We're going to inhale and exhale, roll up to sitting. Pressing those hands upward. So there might be slack. That's okay. We're just trying to aim them up. Good. Then they're going to come around behind us as we round forward. And that should feel like a really nice stretch for your spine. I hope. Good. And I'm pausing, Lisa, because everyone is still stretching, because I think it feels good. I think it feels good. So then when you're ready, we're just going to bring ourselves up into our high kneel. We're going to keep our back to the mount. And then we're going to have a nice little butterfly kneeling. So hips forward, side bend to your left. Drop your left hand down across behind you. Look for your right glute. Open up your left shoulder and then slide the hands apart as far as you can. Yeah, good. Then staying to the side, bring the left arm up. Then pull your right ribs in and then side bend to the other side. The right arm drops down. Reach behind you for your left glute. Open up your right shoulder. So mine is closed, here it's open. That's it. Then slide the hands apart as far as you can, keeping that shoulder open. Good. And then hands out to the side. Good. And then all the way back up. Good. One more time each way. Going to the left. Left hand drops. Finds the right glute. Open the left shoulder, then slide away. Good. Left hand out to the side. All the way up. And then to your right. Last one. Right hand comes back. Looks for that left glute. That's it. Now grab it. Good. Open the right shoulder and then slide them away. That's it. Good. And then there's a little side bow. So we're not trying to extend backwards, which would also be fun. We're trying to get maximum rotation. So we want to pull in that front with the hips forward, right? So not good. That's a good question. All right, and then let yourself bring those arms behind you. Come sit back in a child's pose, and then pull your fists up your back. And then release. And again, pull. And if there's anyone who's uncomfortable, is anyone uncomfortable being like this, Lisa? I wonder if you can open your ankles this way. If not, you can find a much more comfortable position for you, whether that's standing. We're doing one more. Good. All right. And then let yourself come into an upright seated position so that you can lift up into high kneel. So that you can put a foot in front of you and come up to a stand. So that you can swing around and face your mount. Good. So that you can have one more roll down. That's it. And you can linger at the bottom. Round all the way up. Good. When you're upright, take one foot forward, open your chest, push your hip forward. So let it be from your hip, not your chest, pushing. That's it. Good. Should be a nice little opening there. Good. And then you'll step on back, round back down. And when you come back up, you'll step with the other foot. That's it. Hips, 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 hips. There you go. Good. And then you can rest. Yay. Nice job. Oh, my mid-back is tired. I know. We talked a lot about hips, but it was also all the lat and mid-back, right? Yes? Good. Yeah. Are you okay, Michelle?